the evolutionary development of intelligence and the distinction between human consciousness. The development of intelligence is one of the most significant evolutionary achievements in the history of life on Earth. From the simplest life forms to the complex human brain, intelligence has evolved through a series of adaptive changes over hundreds of millions of years. At its most basic, intelligence can be described as the ability to learn, adapt, and solve problems. But human intelligence goes far beyond this simple definition. Our brains not only allow us to survive, but also to create, imagine, and communicate in ways that are unparalleled in the animal kingdom. Alongside this biological evolution, modern artificial intelligence, AI, has emerged as a new form of problem-solving and information processing, yet it lacks the core elements of human consciousness. In exploring the evolutionary development of intelligence, it becomes clear that human consciousness is a deeply rooted biological phenomenon, distinct from even the most advanced AI systems. Early life and the origins of intelligence. The earliest forms of intelligence can be traced back to the simplest multicellular organisms that inhabited Earth more than 500 million years ago. These primitive creatures, such as early vertebrates and jellyfish-like organisms, had simple nerve nets. These nerve nets lacked centralized brains, but were sufficient for basic survival tasks such as sensing the environment and responding to stimuli like light, pressure, or the presence of food. According to Max Bennett's A Brief History of Intelligence, these primitive nerve systems allowed organisms to perform simple reflexive actions but did not permit learning from experience. These creatures relied on instinctual, hardwired behaviors that ensured their survival in a largely unchanging environment. As life forms evolved, the development of more complex nervous systems allowed for greater flexibility in behavior. Early vertebrates like fish and amphibians developed centralized neural structures, including a rudimentary brain that enabled them to process information more effectively. A key evolutionary leap occurred when animals began to learn from experience. This ability, known as associative learning, allowed them to modify their behavior based on positive or negative outcomes. For example, early fish could learn to associate certain behaviors, like swimming toward a specific light, with rewards like food, or to avoid actions that resulted in harm, such as swimming toward a predator. This ability to adjust behavior marked a significant step toward the development of more complex forms of intelligence, as it required animals to process and store information about their environment in real time. The evolution of mammalian intelligence mammals represent a major milestone in the evolutionary development of intelligence. The brains of early mammals became more structurally complex, with a higher number of specialized regions for processing sensory information, controlling motor functions, and facilitating learning. Rodents like rats and mice, for instance, developed the ability to mentally simulate actions before performing them. This cognitive process, called mental simulation, allows animals to imagine different outcomes based on previous experiences. For example, a rat navigating a maze can mentally rehearse various paths based on past trials before deciding which one to take. This ability to learn from imagined scenarios was a significant evolutionary advancement, as it allowed mammals to solve problems and make decisions without directly engaging in potentially dangerous or resource-intensive activities. While mammals like rodents could mentally simulate actions, their cognitive abilities were limited to first-person experiences. That is, they could only imagine scenarios they had personally encountered. This limitation contrasts with the more advanced abilities seen in primates, such as monkeys and apes. Primates possess the ability to engage in a higher-order cognitive process known as theory of mind, which allows them to consider the thoughts, beliefs, and intentions of others. This capacity to think from a third-person perspective enables primates to navigate complex social environments by predicting the behavior of others. For example, a chimpanzee might anticipate how a rival group member will act based on its past behavior, thereby making more informed decisions during social interactions. theory of mind not only facilitates more sophisticated social behavior, but also lays the groundwork for communication and cultural transmission. The human brain, language and cultural evolution. The human brain represents the pinnacle of evolutionary intelligence, largely due to the development of language. The ability to communicate abstract thoughts through spoken and written language has revolutionized human cognition, allowing for the accumulation and transmission of knowledge across generations. Language enables humans to share ideas, imagine future scenarios, and learn from the experiences of others without direct observation. This capacity for symbolic thought has been a key factor in human success, enabling the creation of complex societies, technologies, and cultural institutions. Writing, in particular, has played a critical role in human cognitive evolution. By allowing thoughts and ideas to be recorded and passed down through time, writing enables knowledge to accumulate outside the limitations of individual memory. This has allowed human civilizations to advance in ways that are impossible for non-literate species. The written word serves as a repository for human knowledge, facilitating the refinement of ideas over centuries and enabling humans to collaborate and innovate on an unprecedented scale. From ancient civilizations like Mesopotamia and Egypt to the modern digital age, writing has allowed human societies to build on past discoveries and continue evolving culturally and intellectually. Artificial intelligence, an emerging form of problem-solving. While human intelligence has evolved through millions of years of biological processes, artificial intelligence, AI, represents a new and rapidly advancing form of intelligence. In recent years, AI systems, particularly large language models, LLMs, have achieved remarkable levels of performance in tasks such as natural language processing, image recognition, and data analysis. These systems are capable of learning from vast amounts of data, making predictions and generating human-like responses. However, despite these impressive feats, AI fundamentally differs from biological intelligence in key ways, particularly regarding consciousness and subjective experience. AI systems, no matter how advanced, operate based on algorithms and statistical models. They lack the ability to experience emotions, self-awareness, or subjective thoughts. The neural networks used in AI are modeled after the human brain's architecture, but they are not conscious in any meaningful sense. AI can process information and even mimic certain aspects of human thought, but it does not possess the lived experience or biological embodiment that defines human consciousness. The distinction between intelligence and consciousness is critical when considering the limitations of AI. While AI can replicate many tasks traditionally associated with human intelligence, it cannot replicate the deep, personal and emotional experiences that make humans unique. The nature of human consciousness. Human consciousness is a deeply rooted biological phenomenon, shaped by millions of years of evolution. It encompasses our awareness of the world, our emotions, and our sense of self. Neuroscientific research suggests that consciousness arises from the complex interactions of neurons in the brain, particularly within regions like the prefrontal cortex and the default mode network. These brain regions are involved in self-reflection, memory, and planning for the future, all of which contribute to our sense of identity and personal experience. Crucially, human consciousness is not just about processing information, it is about the subjective experience of being alive. From birth, humans are shaped by a combination of biological processes and social interactions that define their sense of self. Emotions, memories, relationships, and cultural contexts all play a role in shaping human consciousness. While AI can process information and even simulate certain cognitive tasks, it lacks the embodied experience of a human life. It is this embodied consciousness that distinguishes humans from machines and allows us to experience the world in a way that cannot be replicated by AI, no matter how advanced. If you like this video content, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell.